a salvo every day since I was 12.
Ready. Whoa, whoa.
Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and today we're going to be taking our first look at the Laser Sight attachment coming to Apex Legends, a few buffs and nerfs in regards to how the weapon balancing will work in the future, and what to expect with all of that. We're also going to give out 55 bucks today. All you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill, but without further ado, let's take a look at the new gameplay. So Apex Legends has really slowed down on the buffs and nerfs in regards to Legends. However, that is not going to be the case for the weapons. Those are going to continually be balanced, as the meta will always shift majorly depending on what the community is using. But along with that, we're getting a ton of new attachments coming to the game, and we actually have a first look at some of them, and it will also include a couple of the new upcoming arenas maps. So what you're seeing right here is in fact the Laser Sight, which seems to be replacing the barrel stabilizers on SMGs. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But the purpose of this attachment is to reduce the hipfire spread of the weapon that they're attached to, and they also come in common, rare, and epic rarity, so they will function similar to the way that the barrel stabilizers do. It's also important to know that this will not be replacing the barrel stabilizer for every weapon in the game. This will only be compatible with pistols and SMGs, although oddly enough, it will not go on the Mozambique, and it will also not go on this leaked weapon right here called the Gemini, which is going to be an energy SMG. And you might be like, well, we already have the Volt. Why is the Gemini important? Well, it actually can be paired with a second one if you're running dual Geminis, and it will reduce the draw and holster time of both, as well as automatically reloading the stow Gemini, as long as you're dealing damage with the active one. Now, going back to the Laser Sight, another really cool thing is it gives us a look at the Fnatic, which is going to be an energy pistol. Honestly, it seems like we're massively going into the energy meta, and we're going to start seeing a lot more, such as the Nemesis, which was unfortunately placed on hold. What's cool though about the Fnatic is that you can actually dual wield them. This is why last season we saw a lot of hackers finding a cheat and being able to dual wield almost any weapon in the game. It's in the files that dual wielding has always been a thing. This is the first weapon that's actually built and stylized around that ability. It can also be charged up and do more damage than regular. There has also been talk in this massive leak about how the R301 carbine is shown no longer to be compatible with standard stocks, or the 3x scope and the 2x4 scope. However, it's very important to know that this isn't a confirmed nerf, as they do use a lot of placeholders for upcoming weapons until they have the full model done, and the 301 was actually used prior for the Nemesis AR, so it's not that uncommon for them to be testing a different weapon which would not be compatible with standard stocks with the 3x, and the R301 is just being used in that meantime. Very similar to the way that we see the Scorpion, which is actually going to be a crossbow that's automatic that fires arrows. It is using the flatline placeholder model while being fired from a Havoc. So anything in regards to seeing certain weapon nerfs is far from actually coming to the game, not to mention things go through a lot of tweaking before they're actually released. Now, originally the Laser Sight was data mined by Kralrindo shortly before the launch of Season 12. There were two other attachments that he found. One was the kinetic feeder, which actually released in Season 12, and the other was the explosive Lobber, which we haven't actually seen in any leaks or any files since then, which was compatible with the L-Star. So the Lobber seems to be the last one that will actually be added in, as we have full gameplay and leaks. But I think it's also really important to know that things in Apex Legends sometimes take a very long time from when it's leaked and when we actually see it. For instance, there's a crypto Heirloom Optic, which is a one-time HCOG that was found in the files a very long time ago. However, it was found under a heirloom rarity, and what heirloom rarity means in gameplay sense is that it would be a care package scope. It's never appeared in any leaks whatsoever. It's only ever been data mined. If it was to be used, I imagine it would scan the enemy very similar to the way Crypto's drone does, which is why it's called a crypto Heirloom Optic. But this very well could have been scrapped, because like I said, we still haven't seen it come to the game in a very, very long time. Respawn changes things all over the place, such as the Nemesis AR, which like I said, was supposed to release in Season 13, but unfortunately about 2 weeks before, for some unknown reason, Respawn decided to pull it. Probably had something to do with balancing issues. So the very same thing could be said for the Laser Sight. However, it has the most definitive proof that it's coming next. Let me know down below, do you like the idea of laser sights replacing barrel stabilizers in the future of Apex Legends, or do you think that they're not needed, and what other meta changes would you like to see in the future? And as always, Legends, keep slaying the Outlands, and I'll see you out there.